RFK Jr.'s new advisory committee on vaccines, you might remember he fired all the old members and replaced them with his handpicked selections, has been meeting this week to make new recommendations for vaccinations in the U.S. But this meeting has actually not quite gone as I expected, and the situation's become a little bit complicated. I'm Dylan Scott. I cover healthcare at Vox. Let's break down where things stand. The panel has made one big change, which was a change to the recommendation for the measles, mumps, rubella, and chickenpox combination vaccine, which is more commonly known as the MMRV vaccine. But there's a catch, because they actually ended up taking two confusing votes on this particular shot. So on their first vote, they decided that MMRV is now recommended only for kids who are ages 4 years and older instead of 1 year and older, as the current guidance states. And I think it's important to be clear that the practical impact of this change may end up being pretty limited. Most people do not get the combined MMRV vaccine for their first dose at age 1. They will get an MMR vaccine and then a separate chickenpox or V shot. Most people only get the combined MMRV shot for their second dose, which is usually given between ages 4 and 6, and that's still going to be permitted under the current guidance. On their second vote, the panel actually decided not to update the guidance for MMRV shots specifically for the Vaccines for Children program. Now, that's a federal program that basically covers the cost of vaccines, particularly for low-income children. The second vaccine that the panel considered changes to is the hepatitis B vaccine. They ultimately decided to make no changes to the hepatitis B recommendations, and they're going to continue to deliberate about it, and they do meet again in February, so we will see if that vaccine's on their agenda again. The third vote that the committee took was on the COVID-19 vaccines. And this is one where we did expect a change, and we got one. Basically, the committee decided that people should make their own individual decisions about whether or not to get a COVID shot. My overall takeaway after watching this meeting was clearly the panel wanted to do something about vaccines. That's what RFK Jr. has been promising to do. He's been promising to restore people's trusts in vaccinations. And one of the panel members even admitted during the meeting, the reason we're doing this is not necessarily that there's a specific, urgent public health need to make these changes, but more generally, people have lost faith in the system, and we need to try to restore it by, just making some changes to the vaccine schedule. The CDC experts who were present at the meeting made a really compelling case for the current schedule, and I could tell that it affected some of the members. But, as always, when it comes to this stuff, the best thing that you could do is talk to your doctor and ask questions.